back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Toni, and I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. And I just got back from an amazing homeschool convention in Nashville, Tennessee called Teach Them Diligently. So I'm gonna show you today my haul. I got some really, really great stuff. So if you wanna see what I got, stay tuned. Okay, so if you have not seen my convention video from last week, which was just a come along with me to the homeschool convention, that's in the description box below. So go check that out after you're done with this video if you haven't seen it yet. But it was really great. It was so encouraging. I went to all these amazing sessions and learned all this great truths and just amazing practical things that I can apply to my homeschool. And I love that it was in March. I've never gone to one in March before. So I love that normally when we finish in July, like school's over. So this time I was able to start on Monday. I got back super late Sunday morning and then, rested up on Sunday. And then Monday morning we started at it and I was able to apply some of the truths that I learned. So it was really cool. But let's get to what I got. So I got some amazing stuff. I'll show you the first thing I got, which is just something for my son. He's using the Good and the Beautiful pre-K program and he's almost done. I didn't think it would take him all year. It actually took him longer than I thought it would. But he's almost done. He's only got like 4 lessons left. So I needed something to kind of fill for the end of the year. And I love this series. It's the ABC series by Rod and Staff. So I just got 2 of these because all my girls have done all of these. Like they have, if you can see here, they've got adventures with books, Bible pictures to color, and then there's a Bible study book that goes along with it. See, it mentions it down here. And then there's counting with numbers, do it carefully, everywhere we go, and finding the answers. And I know he's gonna be ready to probably get into some kindergarten stuff, but I just kind of wanted some more kind of preschool-y type of stuff before we jump into kindergarten. So this one, do it carefully. This is just like, it's got some different handwriting things. It works with like fine motor skills and stuff like that, coloring, little activities, listening skills, stuff like that. So that's basically what that one is. And then this one, counting with numbers, this whole book is obviously based on numbers. So the whole book is like shapes, counting how many numbers, what comes next, patterns, different things like that. So we haven't done a ton with numbers, just kind of a little bit, but we focused a lot on letters this year. So I think that'll be good to be kind of a nice filler before we jump into kindergarten. So these are so cheap. These were like $3.25 or something. They weren't I don't even think they were $3.50. They're either $3.25 or $3.45 or something. So these are super cheap. The other thing I got at the Rod and Staff booth was pretty cool, and I wish I had this a long time ago. And some of you may be amazing math whizzes and you don't need something like this, but I always have to pull out my calculator when I'm grading our math tests and stuff. This is an easy grader. This is total number of problems, and then you just go down here to total number of problems wrong. So if they miss 3, then it's a 90, and you just move this little slider. So depending on how many problems are in your thing, you just then go down. It's not necessary. I think this was like $5 maybe or something like that. But I don't know. If I don't have to use my brain for extra math, then I'm not going to. Save those brain cells for something else. So the next thing I got is so exciting. So exciting. Okay. I've never seen Biblioplan in person before. Like, obviously I used it this year, so I ordered it. I had ordered it after never seeing it, only seeing it online, which for me is just not the same. It's just not the same. So I've never seen a booth with all of their stuff set up. And like I said, if you haven't seen the video and you want to see all their stuff set up, go check out my video from the convention, because that was probably my favorite booth, because I love Biblioplan. And it was so cool to see all the books all set up, and the ladies were so sweet and wonderful. So I got our stuff for next year. So this year we did medieval times for Biblioplan. Next year we are going to be doing early modern, which I'm so excited about, because I feel like we've switched curriculums quite a few times over the years. If you followed me for any little bit of time, you already know that. But we've done, we did some early American history kind of when my daughter was in 1st grade. Then we've done a lot of medieval, ancient times, things like that. I'm so ready to get into modern time. So my daughter had done some early American history, I guess, a couple years ago when we did Heart of Dakota. But as a family, we've never done it together. I'm really excited. Anyway, so we're going to be doing year 3, early modern history of Biblioplan, and I'm so excited. So I will show you what I got. This isn't even unwrapped yet. I'll probably do a flip through of this in another video, but today I just want to kind of show you what I got. So this is the family guide, which is awesome and has all kinds of literature stuff. It's complete lesson plans for 34 weeks, literature-based study, but it's got like movie guide, literature guide, read alouds. It plans everything out. So this plans out all the other books that we're going to do, so I will show you those. But this is really, I mean, for me, this is a must-have. I love this book. Then the next thing I got from them is the textbook, which is called Remember the Days. And this is really good. This is just like the one that we did last year. So if you have followed me for any time, you've probably seen the other one that was purple. But this is for early modern days. I'm not going to show you the inside much, but like I said, I'll do that in another video. But all kinds of pictures and colors, and this is so great. So this is our main textbook that we read out of. And this book tells us what we're going to read. I got the timeline, which we have not done yet. I'm really excited about this. So the timeline is in a book, which I kind of love because I'm just not one of those that wants the timeline on my wall to take up my schoolroom. And then it's got all these color print timeline pieces that you put on here as you go. So I'm excited to try that. So we have the craft book for early modern history. I didn't get this last year because I typically am one of those moms that's like, ugh, I don't want to do like crafts. I just was like, I don't have time for that. I probably won't get to it. But I flipped through this thing and it's got, I think the coolest thing, especially since I have girls and they love to cook, it's got a ton of recipes in here, but it's got all kinds of different activities. I'll show you a close-up of this in another video too, but it's got all kinds of stuff. And this is one of those things that I think we'll probably pick and choose which crafts we want to do. We won't necessarily do a craft every single week, but I love how many options are in here. So I'm excited to use this. I have never done this before. Now the other thing I will show you, I decided to try something totally different. This is called the Cool History for Littles, which typically they say it's grades K through 2. Obviously, my kids are, the girls are going to be 3rd, 5th, and 7th. So you'd be like, why would you get such a young book for those little ones? Okay, so the history questions that we did this year, which was Cool History for Middles, it was kind of hard. Like I mostly just had my 2 big girls do it, and they would usually use the textbook and have to go back and find it. I thought it was a little hard, to be honest. So I looked through this, and this is more something you do like a discussion kind of thing, rather than having, now I might have them do it like a test every once in a while, especially for my oldest. But the questions to me were a little bit easier. It has globe fun in here, which the other didn't have. That's just reviewing all kinds of different geography. So I loved that part of it. And it does have an extra little activity in most of the pages. So I thought I'm just going to try this out and see how this will work with older kids. Because I feel like if it's too hard, they're not going to get anything out of it. And I feel like what we did this year just with the questions was just a little too hard. And maybe that's because we have always done like the Charlotte Mason history, so it's always just been discussion. We've never done, we've done like notebooking activities and things like that, but I've never done testing for history, and it was just a little much. It felt kind of hard, so we're gonna try this, and I will let you guys know if that's the way to go for next year. I talked to the lady at the booth about it, and she said their stuff is kind of, especially those questions are geared a little bit higher than the grade level that it says, so we'll give it a try. They're gonna learn either way, so. Anyway, I was so excited to get this big stack. This is like so awesome. So this is the next thing I got that I'm super excited about. Last year, I went to the virtual online convention, homeschool convention with Teach Them Diligently. And that's where I discovered this company called Ruby Reads. And I thought it was really cool. So it's all about read alouds. And they have these really cool posters that are based on a certain book. My cat. So they have a handful of different read aloud books that you can choose, and you do these as a family. And I loved them, and I thought it was so great, but it was kind of near the end of, like, I'd already decided what curriculum I was going to do, and my budget was like almost done. The posters aren't bad. They're like $15 a piece, but because it was online, I was going to have to pay shipping, and the shipping was just a lot for me, I thought. So I'm going to show you, see if I can unravel this. This is for the Vanderbeekers. Let me show you this. You get a little activity guide with it, and this tells you what to do, different activities, things to discuss, and how to fill this chart out. It also comes with a little sticker page that has to do with the book. So you read the book out loud as a family. We started the Vanderbeekers as a read aloud a couple months ago, and we read a few chapters, but like I have told you guys a million times, I'm not very good at keeping up with read alouds, so we never finished the book, and it was due, and I returned it. So I was like, you know what? This poster's amazing. Let me see if I can open it. I might need like extra hands here. But so it's got the name. This is, if you've read the Vanderbeekers, this is like the building that they lived in. So it's got all these things where this is really hard to open. Okay. One of the coolest parts that I liked was this character mapping, or character portraits was what they called it. There's so many characters in this story that when you're reading it, it was a little like, no, wait, which kid was that? And you know, once you're a couple chapters in, they don't keep describing the kids because they did that in the beginning. This way, as they're describing Hyacinth or Jessie, you draw the child. Your kids will do this. They draw the child. They draw whatever description they've got, and then as you continue reading, they can reference this, and I don't know, I thought that was so cool. Then this side has different questions. Sorry, I can't really open this good, but it's just amazing, and obviously this thing is huge. And then this side had like a timeline thing because the book takes place over maybe a week or something. And then this side, I'm not sure what you do there, but the little guide is going to tell us what you do there. There's a word emporium, so if there's new words, like vocabulary words. Anyway, this is super cool, and I'm just really excited I feel like this might help us get better at read alouds and really get more involved in it, and really interact more with the read alouds rather than me just like quizzing them or something, which, you know, that takes the fun out of it. And then sometimes if I'm just reading, I feel like they're not paying attention. This is something they can color and work on while I'm reading, and I think it'll be really cool. And one of the suggestions they had, because I was wondering, I was like, my girls would be really bummed if my son comes over and just like scribbles all over it, because this is pretty and they would want it to stay pretty. And she said that a lot of people will go on like Pinterest or something and just print out a coloring page for your little one. So if you have a little one that you don't want to mess this up, make sure they have their own coloring page, print out 4 coloring pages and tape them together so they've got a big poster too. But that way they're not messing this up. So anyway, I'm really excited. I will let you guys know how much I like this or not. But I'm excited to start that and try it. My kids were excited about it too. Okay, so another booth that was there that I have never seen in person before. I was so excited. Simply Charlotte Mason. I've never used Simply Charlotte Mason, but I love the idea behind it. I've always been kind of curious about their curriculum, but I haven't used it. And I love Sonia Schaefer. She is just really great, and I got to hear her speak, and she was amazing. And anyway, so I really saw some amazing stuff at their booth, and I was considering like their art portfolios and some other stuff, but I decided against that. And the one thing that I got, which she talked about in the session called Inside a Charlotte Mason Homeschool, it was a verse pack. So this is what I bought. It's a KJV verse pack. They had different versions. We do KJV. So what you do, if you can see, there's these little divider tabs. So there's there's a daily one, so you'll have like a verse that you're going to do every single day. Then you've got odd and even. So if today, what is today? I don't know. If today was like the 13th of something, like March 13th or something like that, it's an odd day. So you do the daily verse, then you do the odd verse, or if it was an even day, you do the even verse. And then there's a day of each day of the week. She kind of demonstrated how to do this, and every morning her kids and her would get together and you just go through the verses and you just keep practicing it, and you're doing multiple verses every single day. And I thought that was really cool, because a lot of times we do Bible memory in our homeschool all the time, but I usually just write out a Bible verse on a piece of construction paper or a notebook paper, tape it up on the wall, and we just practice it. We just do that one. Once we're done, I throw it away, and then we start a new verse. And I don't necessarily go back and review the other ones. And I thought, oh, what a great idea to keep those, verses active and alive in your mind. These cats are ridiculous today. Get out of my video. Anyway, I just thought these were amazing. So I'm just gonna get a little a little note card box to keep it in, and every single morning for our morning time, we'll get these out and we'll start reviewing our Bible verses. That is the only thing I'm gonna be doing with Simply Charlotte Mason as of right now. But I thought it was really cool, and I have never seen this anywhere else. And they're already printed out for me. Like, that was the cool part. They're just printed out on, note cards, and I don't have to decide which one we're doing, or, I don't know. I just thought it was amazing. Because when I was in high school, we did the topical memory system in our youth group, and we just had little tiny cards that were in this little case, and you just reviewed them. And that's something my kids have never really done with like a pack. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. So the last couple things that I got were books. There are so many amazing book options at these homeschool conventions, and they're, for me, our thrifty homeschool, they're pricey because I'm a obviously thrifty person. I typically get our books, our novels, read alouds, whatever, at thrift stores. So I pay, like 25 cents to maybe $2 if it's a really good book. These are really expensive, but I always like to come back with something for my kids. So anyway, I splurged. I had cash and I splurged. So the first thing was pretty amazing. If you guys have ever heard of VeggieTales, raise your hand. Okay, everybody has heard of VeggieTales. Well, one of the creators of VeggieTales, and I believe he was the voice of Larry the cucumber, his name is Mike Narwak. I can't say his name. Rocky. Mike Rocky. Okay, I can't say it, but anyway, that guy was the creator, one of the creators of VeggieTales, came up with this series called The Dead Sea Squirrels. And it sounds really funny. I have two kids. Well, my son isn't reading yet, but I have two girls that love funny books. And it's hard to find funny books that are not like stupid and aren't filled with words like stupid and idiot and things like that. So I don't think these will be like that, but we'll see. But anyway, so it sounded like a really funny story, and about these squirrels that got like frozen in time or something, and then these little kids discover them. I don't know. I'll let you know what it's about once we read it, but it's this. So anyway, they find these squirrels, they take them back, and somehow the squirrels come alive, and then they start doing all kinds of funny, crazy things. So there was like, I don't know how many books there were. I don't know, like 10, 12. It was a pretty big series. So I just got books 1, 2, and 3. And they did say that you're supposed to read them in order because it builds on itself. Like the beginning is the squirrels being frozen in time, and then they, continue on. The cool part is the author, Mike, was at the convention and signing books. So I got each of my kids signed it. See, that's Larry the cucumber's face. So my son Jonah got one, and this is why I bought a pack of 3. My daughter Annabelle got one, and then my daughter Liliana got one. So they were all really excited. The only bummer was yesterday they pulled the books out and they were like, "Can we read before bed?" And I said, "Yeah, that's great." So they got their books out. Well, I had given my son the first one, which he had in his room, and then the girls had 2 and 3. So they were getting ready to read it. I was like, I hate to tell you this, but you really need to read the first one first. I think my 9-year-old is going to read first because she reads pretty fast. So I think I'm going to have her read the first one. She'll probably devour it, and then she can move on to book 2 when my other daughter reads book 1, and then they can, keep going. And I can read it to my son. It'll be a while before he's ready for this, but I wanted to get it signed for him anyway. Then my oldest daughter, she's in that age where it is a struggle sometimes to find good, clean books for a 12-year-old girl that doesn't have a bunch of romance or drama. I'm trying to steer clear of all the girl drama or bad words or uses God's name in vain. I've talked about this on my channel before, but it's kind of hard to find good, clean books. So this is the place to be. This book sounded really cool. The author was actually there. Her name's Emily Jeffries, and this is called Furian's Fire. But it sounded really good. She said it was something that I think this was one that she said could be like up for boys or girls. So this was basically like an adventure story about this girl in, I think back I mean, I think there's magic, which, you know, I don't have a problem with magic in stories. If you do, then don't read it. But it does have some different things like that. It seemed like a Christian version of maybe Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings mixed together type of thing. So I don't know. That is I haven't read the book, but that was just her summary. It made me think, okay, well, that sounds cool. Because those are two books my daughter loves, and I would much rather it be a Christian version. So anyway, this was really cool. She is writing book 2 right now, and she made this out to my daughter, which was really cool to have this signed and given to her too. So everybody got a signed book. So that was really neat. Then I got this book. I've never heard of this before. So they have different booths that are just like books by different, I don't know if they're all the same publisher. Oh yeah, this was New Growth Press. That's what the booth was called. So all the books must have been from this publisher. So this is by Trish Donahue, and it's called Between Us Girls, Walks and Talks for Mothers and Daughters. So it's just a devotional, and it looked so good. It's just very relatable, and it's got like a little section that you're going to read and kind of just talk, like kind of informally discuss something. There's questions for mom and then questions for the girls. And then they talk some more. Then you read the Bible verse. You read another Bible verse and read some more stuff. It's just a really good devotional. So it's just a few pages, 4 pages or something. And then there's questions at the end. And I thought this is something that I think would be really great for me and my 3 girls to do every single night before bed, because we have never done a girls devotional. Like, we've done devotionals that are just, you know, about the Bible. But I thought this would be good, especially with my other one getting older. But I think it'll just be really, really amazing. So I'm really excited about that. The last thing that I bought, I think this is the last thing. Oh, I will show you. I did get this really pretty bracelet. Can you see it? It says Be Fearless. I got this at the Mom to Mom podcast booth, and I believe this was Kate Battistelli. She had this, and she had a couple books. September McCarthy had a booth like connected to it where she had all her stuff. But I just thought this was really pretty, and it's a leather band, and I don't know. I need to buy something for myself too, so that's what I got for me. But I got to sit in on that Mom to Mom podcast, so you guys need to check them out if you have not, because it was great. It's Jamie Erickson, Kate Battistelli, and September McCarthy, and they're all really wonderful. So the last book that I got was from New Growth Press too, that one. So this is Emma Mae Jenkins, and it's called Be Loved. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but I know I've seen her on YouTube before. I've watched some of her videos when I was like trying to get ideas on Bible journaling and stuff. Those cats, oh my word, because she does like Bible journaling. This book is so cute. It's like, you can tell it's written by a girl that loves to Bible journal or just journal, because the pages are just so cute. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is like a book perfectly written for a 12-year-old girl or 13, 14. Anyway, look at all these pictures. It's a story. I think it's a story of her life. Why she, you know, loves God. And anyway, it's super cute. So I was really excited about that. I think that is something that my daughter would really love. She actually started reading it a couple days ago when I gave it to her. And these are the kind of role models we want for our girls, you know? Like, you know who we don't want as role models. So when I saw this, I was like, this is who I need to introduce her to, so she is, you know, being influenced by the right people. So far, so good. I got a couple other free things that I'll just show you real quick. The Epic Bible they had, and you get cool free stuff sometimes. This was just like a little snippet of the Epic Bible, but that was kind of fun for my son. And then we got a little kit from the Radish Kids. Have you guys ever seen this? But it's like little recipe cards that you can try out. So there's like 3 different recipes in here that your kids can try out to make. What is that? Mango sticky rice. And it's got like the time, the instructions. I've never thought about doing a subscription like this, but I don't know. This sounds really cool. This even shows them how to cut a mango, which I might need to. I always struggle with that. Anyway, so it was really, really great. It was a fun convention, and I love all the goodies that I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this and seeing what I got, and I even came home with some cash. So I still have to order the rest of our curriculum. So this is obviously not all we're using next year, but I'm probably going to be ordering that in the next couple months. But anyway, that's it. So if you guys have any questions about anything that I got, or any questions about the convention or any of these books, just leave me a comment in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. That's always an encouragement to me. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do that so that you're notified when my next video comes out. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.